Alright guys, what's going on? My name is Curtis Keeping and welcome back to the Amazon Soldier channel. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button at the bottom of this video right here. That just lets us know that we're doing a good job with the content we're putting out on the channel. And most important of all, it keeps you guys up to date and notified when we put out new videos on the channel. So today's video, we're going to be talking about why we quit doing retail arbitrage and why you should consider dropping it as well, okay? So for those of you who do not know what retail arbitrage is, it's basically where you, as the Amazon store owner, goes to retail stores like Walmart, Home Depot, Target, flea markets, Goodwill, thrift stores, those sorts of places to source inventory for your Amazon stores, okay? The biggest reason why we stopped doing retail arbitrage is because it's against Amazon's terms of service. That's right. If you actually read through the terms of service when you signed up for your Amazon account, it clearly states that you must get your inventory from a reputable source, from an authorized distributor, authorized manufacturer, authorized wholesaler, companies along those lines, okay? They definitely do not want sellers going into Walmart clearance aisles, arbitraging all the products from their shelf, right? That just doesn't make any sense, okay? So there are a couple other reasons why we quit doing retail arbitrage, and we're going to share them with you right now. The first reason why we stopped doing retail arbitrage is because it's not a scalable business model. That's right, retail arbitrage isn't even a business model in itself. All you're really doing is going to the clearance aisle, looking for product that's on sale, or even just going to Walmart or Target in general, just looking for products that sell for more on Amazon. If you ask any real retail business owner, they'll probably laugh in your face and tell you to get out of their store if you ask them what they thought of the retail arbitrage business model. Again, I keep calling it a business model, but it's not. It's not scalable. You are the sole driver of that method. You have to go around from store to store. Most times you're using your own vehicle to drive from store to store. You're spending all your time in the aisles, scanning products one after another, trying to find product that sells for more on Amazon. So at the end of the day, all you're really doing is giving yourself another job or giving yourself a hobby or some other way to create cash flow. Again, depending on your situation, that might be useful, but for the long-term outlook of your Amazon business, that's not a viable way to source products for your store. A viable way to source product for your store and a scalable way would be to deal with wholesalers or authorized suppliers where you can hire people to become a part of your company to deal with talking to these wholesalers and deal with ordering with these wholesalers, right? You can hire people to fill those positions and start sourcing inventory for your business, not driving from Walmart to Home Depot in your neighborhood looking for product that sells for more on Amazon. Again, that's just not a business model and it's certainly not scalable. The second reason why we stopped doing retail arbitrage is because at the end of the day, all you're really doing is ripping off the customer. I know that sounds kind of funny that, an Amazon seller would even think about that, but it's true. At the end of the day, all you've really done is you went into a Walmart or a Home Depot or a Target and you've pulled some inventory off the shelf, you've taken it and you've sold it to customers on Amazon. You've sourced that inventory and you've paid for it at a retail price, and then all you've done is take it to Amazon and mark it up and sell it for a higher retail price. So you haven't even really provided a service for this customer, and quite honestly, at the end of the day, chances are that same customer could have probably went into the Goodwill or the Target or the Walmart that you've taken that product from and paid the exact same price that you have. So if customers start catching on that that's what's really happening on the Amazon platform, is that it's full of retail arbitrage sellers, they're going to get pissed off and they're going to feel betrayed. And again, Amazon's going to come down with the hammer and strike whoever is infringing on their policies. So again, at the end of the day, if you're doing retail arbitrage, all you're really doing is ripping off the customer. Some people may or may not be okay with that, and that's fine. I'll give you a little bit of background on what myself and Jonathan do. We source products from reputable, authorized wholesalers and manufacturers and distributors of big brand names. We approach them, we set up accounts with them, so that way we know right away that the product is legitimate, it's new, it's in its perfect condition, and we buy that product at a wholesale price. Because we're buying such a great quantity of that product, we get huge price discounts, and we're able to buy low and then sell it on Amazon at retail for a higher price. Because we've sourced that inventory and we've put up so much money up front, we get to earn the fact that we can go and sell that inventory for a higher price on Amazon. Again, that's exactly what Walmart or Costco or Target does. They deal with a lot of the same distributors that we do. They buy inventory in bulk and then they sell it to the consumer at a retail price for more than what they paid for it, right? So again, that's a scalable business model, not retail arbitrage. Another reason why we stopped doing retail arbitrage is because the amount of time and effort that we had to put forward, driving from store to store, trying to source inventory for our Amazon stores. We quickly realized that we were spending, hours and hours and hours driving from retail location to retail location, only to grab a couple of units of this, grab a couple of units of that, 5 units of that Barbie doll, 10 units of this Batman action figure. At the end of the day, once you've taken all that inventory and sold it off on your Amazon store, tomorrow you have to go back and do the exact same thing. You have to hop in your car and you have to drive from store to store to store, hoping that you're going to get enough inventory at a good price in order to turn profits for tomorrow, right? So again, we were just spending so much of our own time working in our business, and we didn't actually have enough time to work on our business, not to mention the wear and tear on our own personal vehicles and the amount of money that we were spending in gas. Sure, a lot of people will argue and say, yeah, Curtis, but at the end of the year, you can write off your vehicle expenses like your mileage and your gas and the wear and tear on your tires and your oil changes and all that stuff. But again, who wants to put all that extra wear and tear on your personal vehicle? And again, if you have to pay for all that stuff up front, you're just taking money and cash flow from your business that you could have otherwise reinvested into products that year, right? So again, it was just too much labor intensive and too much of our own money going into that method. We quickly realized that there were other scalable ways to build an Amazon business. So that's another reason why we quit doing retail arbitrage. A fourth reason why we stopped doing retail arbitrage, and a lot of Amazon sellers will probably agree with us on this one, people who are doing retail arbitrage, is the fact that you cannot get ungated in specific products. So what happens when you're in the Walmart clearance aisle and you find this really awesome Batman figure, but you go and scan it and then you quickly realize that you're gated in, Marvel action figures, or you're gated in the category of toys and games. What do you do now? All of a sudden you had those 10 action figures that were going to make you, $50 profit, but now you're gated in that category. You're faced with the decision, do you just put the stuff back on the shelf and try your luck in another aisle? Or do you go and take all that stuff home and try and pay somebody like Funnel Guru to get ungated in that category? I'll tell you this, guys, if you're paying to get ungated in categories, that can run you anywhere from a couple $100 all the way up to a couple $1,000 if you're getting ungated in multiple categories, okay? So again, a really big deterrent for us was the fact that we can't get ungated in a lot of the popular categories to sell the product that we were even finding on the shelves. So we just realized, hey, let's just switch gears here and go into a business model that will allow us to get ungated with invoices that we get from our suppliers. And that's exactly what the wholesale business model offers. And that's what we do, okay? So I'll quickly share a little bit about what we do. I know we touched on it. We do wholesale, and that's where we go to big name manufacturers and distributors, and we get product from them in bulk. Because we're buying such a great quantity, usually we're buying a couple boxes or a couple pallet loads, we're able to get a good discount on the price. So anywhere from 20 to 50% off of the retail price is usually what we pay for our wholesale price. So now that we've got our product, our suppliers will actually put labels on our product and ship it off to Amazon's warehouse. So we never have to touch the product, we never have to handle the product, we don't have to put any labels on it, and we certainly don't have to warehouse it or drive it around in our own personal vehicles. Now, once the product arrives at Amazon, I'm sure you guys are aware of what happens, but Amazon will check that inventory in, they'll store it on the shelf, or they'll redistribute it throughout the United States to their many other warehouses, and that's where it'll sit until we make a sale. Once the sale happens, Amazon will then take that individual product and ship it off to the customer, okay? So that's really what the wholesale business model is about. In case you guys are wondering, in wholesale, we typically can do reorders on specific product. So let's just say that we had a really hot selling video game, for example. If we burn through our inventory in the first couple of weeks or first couple of months, we can just get on the phone with our supplier that we have a great relationship with, and we can order up a couple hundred or a couple thousand more pieces of that particular video game, right? That's what we call replenishable inventory. Now in the retail arbitrage game, replenishable inventory is pretty much unheard of. Whatever you get that day is pretty much what you get that day, and then tomorrow you have to go back out and arbitrage up some more products to sell in your store for the next day. So again, that's another advantage for wholesale, is the fact that you can reorder and continuously reorder most of the product that you're selling in your Amazon store. So guys, this whole video isn't meant to bash retail arbitrage sellers. I don't mean to offend anybody. If you're doing the retail arbitrage method and it's working for you, congratulations, okay? This video is meant to educate new sellers coming into the business and really allow them to weigh their options for themselves. I get approached by a lot of new sellers and they tell me, Curtis, I didn't even know that you could do the wholesale business model, or I didn't even know that you could sell brand name products on Amazon. I see a lot of people preaching the retail arbitrage or the book flipping or the drop shipping, and there's not so many people educating new sellers on the wholesale model. So again, that's what this video is meant to do. And bonus, if I can encourage a retail arbitrage seller to maybe think twice about doing retail arbitrage and switch to something that's a little bit more of a scalable model, or something that's more accepted by Amazon, then great. Kudos to you. Maybe you'll thank us in the next couple of years when your business goes from a little hobby into something that's 6, 7, 8 figures, and where you've got multiple people working in your business for you, okay? So again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and please go ahead and hit the subscribe button at the bottom, because we're going to be putting out a lot more content in 2020, okay? See you guys in the next video.